And what does it mean for me if I'm boosting, this and promoting this company that I don't really use their product, but they're going to pay me, $10,000 to write a post about it. So I think there is this question of integrity, right versus wrong. Like people are starting to kind of wake up a little bit and be more conscious of it. What do you think as, as a marketer or as a professional in this industry when it comes to that influencer kind of integrity piece?
So I'm pretty hardcore about the integrity thing. And I'm hardcore for a specific reason that should live in the soul of the creator. If you blow your integrity with your audience, you're done. Right? There is so much competition and you got to be out there and the next person who is going to take your slot is in the ninth grade right now. But in 10 years, they're going to eat you for lunch.
Mm,
And so that's just the way the system works. There is no gatekeeper. It's just straight up the market. So there's no producer who lives in Hollywood that nobody can meet. So kind of acts as a firewall for you getting fired. So you can do 9 seasons of your TV show instead of 2. Like all that stuff is gone,
yeah.
right? So integrity is your lifeblood. And as a consumer of this stuff, everybody knows, just speaking for all of America right now, which of course is super dangerous. Everybody who watches every creator out there knows when the creator is faking it. And that just kills the vibe.
Mm,
That's not what you're here for, unless you're straight up watching wrestling or whatever. It's fascinating to me. My son is a big fan of Mr. Beast. So he's like, Dad, come watch this TV show. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I watched 2 episodes. I ended up watching all the rest of them because, look, the people behind there said, look, this is how people act. We're going to do these games. And if you're interested in business theory or game theory, you're like, oh, wow, Prisoner's Dilemma. Look how they're doing that. And look at how they're doing it this way. So it's like, no duh. But he's like, look, it is what it is. People are going to cry. People are going to be mad. They're going to be mean to each other. We're just going to let them do it, right? We're giving people choice. And what's interesting about that show is how do people make those decisions?
mm,
That's the interesting part of that show. Will
yeah.
they or won't they? They show up on the island. I don't know if you watch this, but he brings 100 people to some private island. He says, hey, so here's the deal. Somebody here will win the private island. If you decide to leave, you will get up to the next level. If you don't leave and you don't win the private island, you're out. Like 80% of the people bailed and like 22 people stayed or whatever. And then they had some quote seals. I don't know if they're really seals. There's some kind of operator jumped out of a helicopter and they're like, run, because they're going to shoot you with paintballs. And the last person who's shot gets to win the island. And I'm like, so,
That's crazy.
so super cool, but so obvious, right? Very authentic.
Yeah.
And if people give him a hard time about this and production values and all the rest of that, he's like,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, then they're not going to watch. Who cares? There's 330 million of us. You
Right.
can make an audience, dude. So
Right.
just do it. So
And yeah.
authenticity versus truth.
And at the end of the day, like, if you're upfront about, hey, like, this wouldn't be possible without our sponsors, right? Like, people don't necessarily mind a cold pitch. But when you're trying to fake it, that's when that authenticity just goes down the drain.
Yes. What we say in our office is nobody minds to be marketed to.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hates to be lied to.
Yep.
And even if it's like, well, they're not really lying. They just didn't tell you the whole truth.